Hi, this is Sharon from Sharon Shed Signs and Designs. I'm coming on just a minute early so that I can see how my camera's lined up since I'm shooting backwards. Let's see. All right, I think it's okay. Also, I'm using a wireless mic because I've had several people tell me they couldn't hear me. So if you have problems hearing me now, let me know and I'll take it off. Because I have not checked it. I'm not, okay. Say hi when you come on. Let me know that you're here. Uh, Also, like I said, let me know if you're having problems hearing me. If you are, I won't use this wireless mic. I was just trying to help the few people who said they couldn't hear me. So, anyway, we will get started. I'm still not seeing any comments, so if you'd say hi, that would help me out and let me know. Can you let me know if you're hearing me okay? I'd appreciate it. Maybe you're not. Well, let me take this mic off because evidently nobody is hearing me. Okay, can you hear me now? All right, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I don't know, maybe that mic's not working, so I'll just take it off. Good morning. If you'd say hi, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to be using this beautiful rice paper. Thank you, Deb, from Decoupage Central called Mailbox in Bloom. I love it. I think it's so pretty. And I'm also going to be using the mold, He Loves Me, to do a few flowers. And I think I'll do that first and have that done. So let me lay my board out of the way. I will tell you before I forget what the measurements are on this board, and it's another Walmart one. 16 by 12. So I'm going to lay that aside, and I'm going to mix up my resin, and I'm using Amazing Casting Resin. Sets up in 10 minutes, it say. I find it sets up faster than that, so you got to be kind of quick. All right, let me find a stir stick, and we'll add some resin. And I don't know how much I need. I'm not gonna. It tells me on there for each one of them, but I'm just gonna guess at it and do as many as I can do. I think that's probably way too much, but I'm going to use it. I hope you all are having a good day. Can you see the mold up close? You sure can. Can you see it now? It's pretty cool. It's got all the flowers, and I'm not seeing it, but there we go. I get a delayed reaction on my iPad and my computer, so I'm like, okay. Anyway, laying that down and adding some more, adding my part B. If I got here. All right. I know that's way too much, but anyway. All right. Alexa, set timer for 30 seconds.
Good morning, Sharon. 30 seconds, starting now.
It, as you're stirring it, it gets warm. And if you stir too long, it starts setting up. I think you need it in your life too, Deb. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I don't know how much of it I'm going to use today, so I thought I'd just make all the pieces because I can use them on something else. But I thought it went really well with this rice paper. Alexa, stop. So, it just seemed like the perfect thing to use with it. And this is one of the, not the newest release from Decoupage Central, but the one before that. So pretty recent release, this rice paper is. And I think it's so pretty. And I'm pouring resin all over the place, but it'll be okay. I try not to overflow my mold, but I don't worry about it if I do. You can get it off of there. Okay. Set that aside because it'll take it 5 or 10 minutes to set up. And it turns white, but I love it. To me, it's a lot easier than the clay. That's just me. I was going to tear this, but I think I've decided I want to cut it. Cutting sometimes blends in better, but you also have the threads from the rice paper. This mold is not one of the new ones, but it is in stock. I checked that earlier. For how much longer, I do not know. There go the ducks walking across my yard. They always make me smile. But I got a new refrigerator and they delivered it Tuesday. And so they came in through our back door, which they opened the gate to the backyard because our back door's bigger. So the ducks all got in the yard. Then they went out, but we also had the garage door open because we were going to put our old refrigerator in the garage. And so then I went out there to plug that in, and the garage was full of ducks. So they are a little bit of a pain, but they're so cute. You do have to watch where you walk on our driveway nowadays. Oh well. I think I know whose ducks they are, but somebody will probably complain, but I think they're cute. All right, let's see. What I want to do is kind of center this. Kind of, so then I'm going to stand over it. Maybe then I can get it better centered. Kind of measure it a bit. See how far off I am. Because I think my eyes might be crooked. Well, that's pretty perfect. It's hard to believe, but it is. Stuff in my way for measuring. As soon as I get that mold out of the way, I can move this where it's better for you to see it. All right, I think I got it. That's amazing. The mold is set up enough now that I'm gonna move it, and I'll take the things out of the mold in just a minute. In the meantime, though, while it's still kind of setting up, I'm gonna take off just with my finger what I overflowed. I've got a little bit more. As long as you get it before it gets hard, you can, well, even then you can get it off. I know you can't see what I'm doing probably. There. Now I don't have any overflow, so we should be good. Oh, one little space right there. Got it. We're about ready to take out the mold. Anyway, I'm going to use some wide tape. It's still frog tape, but wide. I'm going to try to go right up along without taping down. My rice paper. And yeah, I was hoping you could see what I'm doing because I hadn't checked, but it looks like it's okay. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to paint under the rice paper white, so it'll be nice and bright, and then I'm going to stain my frame after I do that. Now let's see if I've taped my rice paper down. Nope, I'm good. All right. Move that out of the way for a minute. I think these are ready to take out. They are. See the detail? Aren't they pretty? I love IOD molds. They're so detailed. That one, I'd say by the center is a sunflower, maybe. Pretty. And these come out of the mold so easy when you use the resin, and not much cleanup at all. Just a little gooey right there. And that's all right, it'll be fine. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to paint these in a little bit. There's a little baby one. Another small one, but bigger than that last one, and then you get 2 leaves. That could have set up a little bit more before I took it out, but really it's fine. Pretty cool. You can leave these in the mold until they get hard. I like to take them out in case I need to do any trimming or anything on them. When they're soft. And there's our big leaf. And the only cleanup I've got is take that off. It all comes off with your fingernail. Easy peasy. And it's ready to use again. All right. And now I'm going to use vintage white to paint the body of my board. Let's see. Thank you, William Cook from Texas High. They are so easy to use. They really are. Very easy. All right, a plate's what I need. I use a lot of vintage white, and I am getting low, so I'd ordered some more, and it came in yesterday, thank goodness. So I'm all set. All right. Brush. It looks rainy here today, although it's looking less rainy all the time. I don't think we're supposed to get any, maybe a little tomorrow. In fact, for the next 8 days, we've got a chance of rain again. So I guess monsoon season in Illinois is not over yet. It is getting warmer though, more humid. So what you guys got going on today? You crafting or running errands or just taking it easy? I'm going to go to exercise class after a while, and I have stuff to get at Walmart. My husband was saying just a little bit ago, it seems like every day we got like 10 things we need to pick up, and it does. Even if I try to make one big grocery run, there's always something that we run out of, or so I guess I'm not doing a very good job at it. But I don't care. It's not a big deal. Allison, we take her to meet her dad tomorrow, so that'll help my grocery bills. She does like her snacks, I'll tell you. And she's skinny as a beanpole. Did you see the new rice papers that Decoupage Central released a day or two ago? I'm going to have to place another order. There's some really pretty ones. I just got an order yesterday, but I'm going to need to order some more. Alright, that's good enough. I'm going to dry that. Set my white aside because I'm going to need it again for my flowers. Grab my dryer. I'll get this dried. It is a nice mold. I really like it. You can use it with a lot of different things. Actually, I was just thinking it'd be kind of pretty just to put them on a small white board and create your own kind of garden with it. Put them all together and fill them down and paint them to do too. I may have to try that. That's where I'm going to put my rice paper. In the meantime, I'm going to use some of my sensitive surface frog tape, which I need to get some more, and they don't carry it here locally. Well, I'll be going through Effingham tomorrow, take Allison to meet her dad. I'm going to need to stop and get some more of the yellow frog tape at Menards up there. Or I'm sure I could order it on Amazon too. But I'm about out. Let's see, grab a tight. Kind of lightly go across it and cut it where it's even with the edge of the white. I like the yellow tape for putting on fresh paint, so it doesn't peel the paint up, and also because you can kind of see through it. Helps line it up. Pretty well got that straight. Never happened another million years toward that the right size. Let's see, stand up again. I needed to make that a little bit bigger. So that all my white is covered. This is the most time-consuming part of the project, taping it. But I like to make a frame, especially when my board is a lot bigger than the rice paper or stencil that I'm using. Right, we are ready to stain it. Let me see if I have any comments on Decoupage Central's page. All right, it looks to me like I'm seeing them both on mine, which is good. Good, good, good. Now wait a minute. I don't think I'm on my own page here. Hang on. I'm gonna double check that. There we go. Now I know I am. I wasn't. I was on Decoupage Central on both. Yeah, you could make a 3D garden scene. I think that'd be cute. I love rice paper. It's so much easier than napkins, and you can get some really pretty napkins, and I do use them, but it's just rice paper, so much simpler. And to my way of looking at it anyway. All right. How are you doing, Jeanette? Hi, Tina and Patsy. Sorry I missed all of you when you came on, and Christy, Kimberly, and Donna. Hey, everybody. I don't know how I ended up with both my computer and my iPad on Decoupage Central's page instead of one of them being on my page. But anyway, I probably had a brain, I don't know, a senior moment, I guess. Let's see. I'm making stain using Deco Art Burnt Umber and some water. Let's see if I got it. Just mix that up. Because a lot of times I paint my frame, in fact usually, but I decided this time stain it. The brown looks pretty with this rice paper. Let's see. Get a brush. Do I want to use a foam brush? Yeah, maybe. Need to do the sides too. If I don't have this tape sealed down real well, it really won't matter because I'm going to put rice paper over this part anyway. Go ahead and get the sides done while I have some board that's not stained to hang on to. Just is easier, I think. And I usually forget until after I've got the top part painted. I forgot to put my apron on today. Dang, and I've been doing so good about that. Got tired of ruining all my clothes. Hey, Mary, how are you? Hey, is it Maritza? That's a beautiful name. Hey, Deb. How is everybody? This stain, and then I'll wipe it back just a bit. But burnt umber makes one of my favorite stain colors. I have a lot of men wax stains too, but here lately I've gotten lazy about using them. I'd rather just take my paint and make my own stain as I need it. All right, that takes care of that. I'll wipe that back. So far it doesn't look like I'm brown. A little bitty spot right there. I'm just going to get it with my finger. Know that I need to dry this, but I'm going to just to keep from getting it all over me. Hey, Becca. No problem, girl. Yeah, I use a lot of burnt umber. It just makes a pretty stain. If I dry this, maybe I won't have a line of it across my blouse. Yeah, leaned into it. All right, I think that's pretty good. Hello, sweet friend. How are you, Jamie? Let's see if there's anybody I've missed on Decoupage Central. I don't think so. All right. Let's take this up. It leaked a little bit, but that's not gonna matter. All right, I'm gonna use Mod Podge, I think, because I've got it right here. Whoa! I was thinking it was thick like that paint. I just dumped all kinds of it out. I'll put some of that back in the bottle. I have to beat that vintage white to get it to come out. And I don't have to be real careful putting this on. I've heard if I get it on the brown, I just want to make sure I get all the edges good so it'll seal my rice paper down good. Well, just run that all over. Got it. All right, I think I've got all my edges, sides and everything good. I'm gonna put the rest of this back in the bottle. I use it more to do the top coat on it, but not right now, so I'm gonna try not to waste all this. But I need to get my rice paper on there before that's dry. All right. I've got a little extra white right there on the sides, but I will use some wax on it, brown wax, and it'll be fine. Okay. Or I still have some stain right here that I could add to it with a paintbrush, and that'd be even better. I think. When you're trying to do a straight line, you try to look at where you're going, not where you're at or where you've been. I find that does help. I don't care if I get some of this on the rice paper. Also, I think that might be white right there. Could just be the Mod Podge I'm seeing too. Well, maybe not. Okay, that does it. Okay. I think I'm going to dry that right quick and put a little top coat on it. It is a pretty piece of rice paper, isn't it? I think it's one of my favorites. All right. I'm just going to put a thin coat of Mod Podge over it to seal it. You don't have to do this if you're keeping it for yourself or whatever, but it does make it easier to dust it or anything if it's got the sealer on it. That should do it. I'll dry that. And we are good to go ahead. Get this dried. Good morning, Liz. Thank you. How are you doing this pretty day? It's probably hot in Texas, I bet. Your mini dryer died? Oh no. Alrighty. I'm going to use a stencil. I'm just going to make it say, love grows here. And I was going to do it in black. I just got to thinking that a dark green would be really pretty. If you'll excuse me just a second, I think I'm going to grab my dark green that's right over here. I'm going to use Manor Green Fusion Mineral Paint. We'll do this and then we'll do our flowers. Okay, set that over there. I don't have room for it here. Shop towel. Get my brush and the paint pedal. This is an Essential stencil brush. It's sized. It's just a 1/2 inch. Just because it's the one I grabbed. I like 5/8 the very best, but I've got where I just use what I grabbed. And offload really well so that I don't see shiny paint on the outside of my brush. This particular stencil set is sold out, and it's an old one, so I don't think they'll be getting it back, but you could use anything you wanted, or none at all, if you didn't want it to say anything. Okay. Love goes here. Now then, figure out what flowers I want to use. I want one. That would be kind of cool. I don't know how many of these I want to use. What do you think, guys? Just the 2 or add some more? Should I add a leaf? I'm almost thinking no, but maybe not. What do you think, you guys? What should I use? The craft, I think it's called a craft tool that I had I got on Amazon, made less noise than this one I'm using now. It was fairly quiet, and I liked it. What do you think, guys? 3 flowers? Like maybe along here or down at the bottom. I don't know. I'm not good at deciding this. And I'm going to paint these flowers, so that'll make them look better. Let's see. Oh, let me know what you think. I'm going to, first of all, paint them with the vintage white. Think what I'm thinking. Cut the stem off of the leaf, good idea. The big leaf or the little leaf? So let's see. Group together, like as in, that might be cool. You just might be onto something. Like maybe, and then cut the stem off of the leaf. And put the leaf like there. What do you think? Smaller ones grouped together. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, let me get my little snippy things. They're watercolors, but they work good for leaves or for resin. Cut it right off of there. So like as in maybe that, you think? Anyway, while I'm waiting to see what you guys think, can you try the smaller flower down by the large one? That way I'll have 3 on there. Make the leaf coming down on the rice paper. Yeah, that's how I got it. So, all right. Let's see what we got after I get them painted. I think I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush to get in those detail areas. This is just a cheap brush, but it's a little fluffy, so it gets down in the areas better. Okay. I'll lay them aside while they dry a little bit. I'm gonna kind of paint them somewhat similar to the flowers that are on the rice paper is my plan. That one looks like it's a sunflower to me, but maybe it's not. But I think it is. So that's the way I'm going to paint it. All right. I think that's the most time consuming part of painting the flowers. Anyway, next I am going to do the centers with Prairie Sunset. It's a fusion mineral paint. Oh, there we go. I don't need very much. And some burn umber for my sunflower center. I get quiet when I do all this detail painting. And then brown, but I'm going to use the same brush for my center for my sunflower. Or at least I'm calling it a sunflower. It's got the really big center. Seeds. Okay. And I'm going to do my leaf. And they're pretty dark green, so I think I'm going to use the same color I used on my lettering. It's an angle brush, but it's what I grabbed and it'll work. Okay. And lastly, well, not lastly, but getting close to lastly, I'm going to paint my sunflower with the Prairie Sunset color. Oops. Getting paint all over my board. I'm going to clean it off. Better get a wet wipe and wipe it off before it dries on there. If I were smart, I'd move it, but I'm not smart. I got all the edges pretty well on my sunflower. Now, for the other flowers, I am going to just kind of dry brush a little Fusion Mineral Paint Peony on them. Come on, peony. Get the paint booger out of the bottle, and then I might get some paint. There. Brush. And I'm kind of dry brushing, like I said, so. It's a pretty pale pink. Maybe I'm not going to just dry brush and you won't see it. Flowers in the rice paper are not a real solid bright color, so I thought I'd do similar. So Here's that one. Just 2 more and we'll be done. I dipped my paint brush in the wrong color. That wasn't good. One more. Those are all painted now, but I want to add a little Deco Art Hauser medium green to highlight my leaf a little bit. Not make it all one tone. Okay, I think that looks better too. I'm gonna run the dryer over them really quick. I'm gonna put these other pieces aside for another project. And dry enough. I think it is. I'll put that one there. I don't know that I like the sunflower in it. So what if we just did this? Because there's no sunflower in the picture down there. What do you think about like that? Think that'd be okay? Get my stick fast. Which is buried here somewhere, evidently. Ah, there it is, right in front of me. Thank you, Becca. I appreciate your input, girl. Yeah, thank you, Jan. Thanks, girls. I appreciate you. Sometimes I have a hard time making up my mind. Put that right there. Or maybe there. Let's put this one. The stick fast will help all the paint on my fingers to be stuck on there for 2 or 3 days till I can get it off. That's my normal condition anyway. Thanks for joining me this morning, you guys. This was a fun project for me anyway. I love working with the molds, and the rice paper goes without saying. It's beautiful. This is one of my favorite molds. Getting some pink on it from my fingers. off my fingers as best as I can. All right, now it's cleaned up. Okay, you guys, here it is. I think that's really cute, and it was so fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will put the detail of what I used in the description of the live here after the live so that you can see it if you want to. Well, thank you, Kim. I'm glad you did. I always enjoy being with you guys. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate your support. And it's just always fun being with you. I know we don't know each other in person, but it feels like we do. So, I think that's awesome. Thanks, you guys. You have a great rest of your day and a great weekend, and I will be back next week. I will see, well, actually, I'm going to be live again Sunday on my page, so if you have time, Sunday at 2. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. Love you, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.